What's going on YouTube? YGO 2010 here. Today I'm going to talk about Premium Pack 14. Some of the stuff that's coming out. Hopefully we'll get a lot of this stuff relatively soon in the TCG. First up we got Kagemusha Knight. His effect: when you normal summon a level 3 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and this card cannot be used as a synchro material monster. Of course you know he's an Exceed monster. Exceed support monster. You can tell because when you summon a level 3, you special summon him, just like Shadow Lizard or Kageto Kage, however you say his name. But he can't be used as synchro material, and since they're both the same level, you just go into the Exceed summon. Next up we got Photon Wyvern. His effect: when this card is normal or flip summon, destroy all set cards your opponent controls. Now this is a pretty okay effect actually. It's got decent stats, 7-star, 25 attack, 2000 defense, and it doesn't say all set spell or traps, it says all set cards, so that would include monsters as well. And that could set up for a very devastating play because like I said, it's got pretty decent attack as well, and it could really help set up the field and give you more field presence. Next up we got Great Gallant Demonic Angel Rosarian. This card cannot be normal summoned or set, must first be special summoned by banishing one level 7 or higher plant monster from your hand or grave, and once per turn you can negate the effects of all other cards currently face up on the field until the end phase. He seems okay, relatively easy to summon just by removing a level 7 or higher plant from the hand or graveyard. The only thing that would really hurt is the fact that it has to be level 7 or higher, but his effect is very good. It says all other cards that are currently face up, not monsters, not spells or traps, all. So if they got a continuous up like Royal Decree that you don't want to see, just pop off his effect and it's gone. Or a monster's effect that you don't want to see, like Stardust. Well, no, that's a bad example. Just a monster's effect that you wouldn't want to see continuously face up, just negate it. And he's got pretty decent stats as well. 2900 attack, 2400 defense, 8-star. Next up we got Ma'at. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by sending one face up light dragon and one face up light fairy monster you control to the grave, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn you can declare 3 card names, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add the declared cards to your hand, and send the other cards revealed by this effect to the grave, and this card's attack and defense become equal to the number of cards you added to your hand by this effect times 1,000. He's a little different from what he was in the manga. It would be, in the manga he said declare 1 card and you would draw, and if it was the declared card you would draw again. But he's pretty good for deck thinning. You can call out cards that you would need for the situation, and even though they have to go to the graveyard, it could be something that would not help out in the situation. Like, let's say they have no spell and traps in the back row, or it's a deck that doesn't run any spell and traps like Gallus. You just call all monsters, and then the Mystical Space Typhoon or the Heavy Storm would go to grave, or you can call the Reborn, since that's what's gonna all be in the grave is monsters. So he's pretty situational for you to truly benefit from his effect, but he also has that big drawback of not having any set attack points himself. You have to activate his effect. So if they manage to get Ryo out after you activate his effect and he only has 1,000 attack, then he's gonna stay there because you can't add cards to your hand with Ryo face up. Next up we got Mascara Acid. Must be special summoned with max change. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. When this card is special summoned, destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls, and all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls lose 300 attack. Once again, a very, very good effect. He is a heavy storm in his own respect, and he also decreases all your opponent's monsters by 300 when he comes out. So he's all around pretty good actually. 8 stars, 26 attack, 21 defense. And if you use absolute zero with max change, then you've just cleared their entire field. Absolute zero takes care of the monsters, and Acid, when it's special summoned, he takes care of the spell and traps. So essentially you're gonna have a 2600 attack point monster attacking directly if they don't negate the absolute zero or his summon. Next up we got Mascara Diane. Must be special summoned with max change. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the grave, you can special a level 4 or lower hero monster from your deck. Pretty decent stats on him too as well. 2800 attack, 3000 defense. And you know, he's a recruiter when he destroys a monster by battle, and that probably wouldn't be too hard actually with 2800 attack. And then he can be just summoned out with any earth monster with mass change, so it's pretty decent actually in a pure E-hero deck. Next up we got Gravity Warrior. It's a synchro, 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuner. When this card is synchro summoned, it gains 300 attack for each face-up monster your opponent controls. Once per turn during your opponent's battle phase, you can target a face-up defense monster your opponent controls. Change that target to face-up attack, and that target must attack if able. He's pretty good for making monsters, you know, have to attack, but I personally wouldn't, you know, suggest putting him in anyone's extra deck. Purgatory Dragon Ogre Dragoon. I think is probably the best card that was released in Premium Pack 14. His effect, he's a synchro, he's a dark tuner, not 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card, if you have no cards in your hand, you can negate the activation of that card and destroy it. Self-explanatory, he goes in Infernities. He was Gallant's ace monster in the manga, replacing 100 Eyes and Infernity Doom. So it of course goes with Infernities. He's adding up to the negation that Infernities already have with Infernity Barrier. You know, he's just a 3000 attack Sheehan basically, and you know, Infernities can sink for 8 easy, so bringing him out is not going to be a problem whatsoever. Photon Sanctuary. You cannot summon a monster except a light monster the turn you activate this card. Special summon 2 photon tokens, light attribute thunder type, level 4, attack 2000, defense 0, and face up defense. These tokens cannot attack nor be used as synchro materials. So it's one of 2 things that you could do with these tokens. You can exceed summon for Utopia, or you can tribute them off for Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, like they're probably gonna want you to. But either way you look at it, they're 2000 attack point tokens, and that's pretty good. Even if they can't attack, they can just, you know, be defensive monsters in attack mode. And the last card of the set is a Photon Rising Stream. When a face-up light dragon monster you control is targeted for an attack, it gains attack equal to the attack of the attacking monster until the end of the damage step only. So you know, it's a few monsters that can benefit off of this. As you see in the artwork, Galaxy Eyes Photon benefits from it. Shooting Star, Shooting Quasar, Blue Eyes, Light Pulsar Dragon, Judgment Dragon. But mainly I see people using it for Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. It's okay in a Photon deck, but I really wouldn't suggest it in any other deck. Alright, that's the end of Premium Pack 14, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the cards, and you know, I'll keep posting videos as frequently as I can. Alright, comment, rate, subscribe. YGO out.